This figures to be a great one. Lightweight final, 132 pounds. Oscar De La Hoya, the 18-year-old sensation from right here in California, against Patrice Brooks, the defending Olympic Festival champion. What about Oscar De La Hoya? Boy, is he good, huh, Ray?
Oh, yes. He's so professional in his workmanship. I mean, he takes his time, works the body, and here, there's not too much of a difference other than 12 years for De La Hoya, but there's word around, Al, that this may be an upset by Brooks.
All right, we'll see. Patrice Brooks lost to De La Hoya in the U.S. Amateur Championships. He'd like to reverse it. Let's go to Danny Valdivia for our introductions.
Here we go. This is a 132-pound division bout. The referee from Marina del Rey, California, Marco Sarfaraz. In the red corner, representing the South, from East Los Angeles, California, Oscar De La Hoya. Representing the East, from St. Louis, Missouri, Patrice Brooks.
Of course, the fan support here will be for Oscar De La Hoya, the youngster from Los Angeles. But Patrice Brooks from St. Louis, Missouri. There you look at De La Hoya as he comes to the center of the ring. Brooks, the defending festival champion, and many believe, as Ray Leonard said, that he could easily win this Olympic Fest gold medal again. The man you saw in that highlight that De La Hoya put down was Desi Ford. That's the man he beat in the semifinals. To get here, Patrice Brooks beat Teddy Randolph. Here we go. De La Hoya landing a right hand immediately.
Well, the word out that this may be an upset by Brooks, mainly because they feel that, some of the coaches, they feel that Brooks should be far more relaxed because he knows exactly what to expect from De La Hoya. And if he uses his height, the southpaw stance, and the movement, because they figure that De La Hoya can't move that fast because he's primarily flat-footed.
And that's exactly what Patrice Brooks is trying to do here, showing De La Hoya different angles. And Oscar is a very much of a stand-up boxer. If someone wanted to criticize Oscar De La Hoya, you would say he's a little bit mechanical, but in the process, he throws some hard shots.
The thing I like more about De La Hoya, he's very patient. I mean, he doesn't get over anxious, takes his time, and lands those big hands, those big punches, the right hand there.
Halfway through round one, Patrice Brooks missing with the left hand there.
Brooks trying to use those long arms of his and try to break the rhythm of Oscar.
De La Hoya landing a couple of good short right hands. There you see where Brooks's movement bothered De La Hoya as he moved to his right, and Oscar missed badly.
You also notice that De La Hoya is not as effective. Well, I spoke too soon. I was about to say he's not too effective with the southpaw, but he got his right hand home, and it was able to rock Patrice Brooks.
And there it is again and again. So the problems he had earlier in this round not plaguing De La Hoya right now. And the straight right becoming a big weapon in this bout. Patrice Brooks won this championship last year, beating Lamar Murphy. Caution given to De La Hoya.
To point something out, normally you keep your left foot on the outside of the southpaw's right foot. And with Oscar De La Hoya, he kept his foot inside, but still was able to come out on top.
Breaking all the rules, yet still effective. And normally you would want that, if you're a right-hander, your left foot outside the right foot of the south one, you're right. Look at De La Hoya not doing that, yet still able to land his right hand effectively. And so we continue with what thus far has been a terrific 132-pound match, certainly from Oscar De La Hoya's standpoint. In that first round, he was dominating toward the end of it, even though he had some problems with Patrice Brooks in the beginning.
Well, for Brooks needs to give more angles, try to keep De La Hoya off balance. Because being a stationary target, he's not going to come out on top.
The left hook gets in by De La Hoya. Ray, it seems that Oscar De La Hoya lands punches that you don't think are as powerful as they are, and yet they really hurt their opponent.
Well, he turns those punches over very well. I mean, he pronates out that glove and works the body. His punches are very clean and crisp. Just like that right hand there.
Good short punches as well.
Doesn't waste a lot of energy. De La Hoya just takes his time.
If you needed to know whether Oscar De La Hoya is for real, he's won his last 3 dual meet competitions against the Russians, the Canadians, and the Cubans. Not bad.
Very good competition there. The opposition, that's the kind of opposition you need to be the best. Now look at those shots to the body.
Good combinations by De La Hoya.
De La Hoya's biggest dream and main objective is to win a gold medal in the Olympics for his mother. Because before she passed away, she said, win the gold medal. And you know what, Al? He's getting closer.
He is indeed. Won't be an easy task for him, but the man he's beating right now, and make no mistake, he's beating him, might be his biggest opposition to get to a chance at least to represent the United States in the Olympics.
Look at the head movement of De La Hoya. Moves his head very well. Very good upper body movement.
Under a minute left to go in round 2, a round in which Oscar De La Hoya, though he's taking shots there from Patrice Brooks, has pretty much had his own way.
Very clean punches by Patrice Brooks. Hinder, left hand.
Good body shot by De La Hoya. Brooks holds on, and he might well get a caution or a warning from Marco Sarfaraz. No.
The difference here in the styles, after Brooks throws a punch or combination, he stops, and then all of a sudden De La Hoya comes on with his own attack.
So toward the end of round 2, Patrice Brooks does have some better moments, but isn't enough to win him this round, or in the case of this electronic scoring, it's not by round. Is it enough to get him closer in this bout? Good hook downstairs by De La Hoya punctuates this second round. That'll do it for round 2. So we head into round 3, and Patrice Brooks, who is a major in business at St. Louis Community College, better get down to business here in the third round, because he is probably behind on points to Oscar De La Hoya, and he goes right after the Los Angeles youngster.
Solid punches by both fighters.
Right hand by Brooks and a straight left hand. You know, Ray, in some respects, while it's more dangerous, when he slugs with De La Hoya, at least Brooks can get some punches in. Well, it's a little more effective even in boxing there.
Well, he also gained some respect, because for a while, De La Hoya was not respecting him and just coming in on him. But here we see that Patrice Brooks is trying to get some respect and get some points too.
It is the third round. Good left hook by De La Hoya. And a standing A will be called by Marco Sarfaraz. I'm a little surprised there. That was really both boxers exchanging. Remember, in amateur competition, this is supposed to count as no more than one punch. Even under the new electronic scoring, I think.
Well, both guys landed big punches there. And those are some solid shots by De La Hoya.
Now, are we going to get another standing A? Yes, and I got to tell you, I'm wondering, Marco Sarfaraz, a terrific official, make no mistake about it, one of the best amateur officials there is. But I'll tell you, they were exchanging there. And you hate to see 3 of these end the fight for Patrice Brooks.
Look at here, Al. All of a sudden, Patrice Brooks realized he's behind on points because of of those warnings.
Well, and worse than that is 3 of those in a round and he's out. Forget the fact that he's got the standing 8 and the point, you know, he loses something on it. If he gets another one, they'll stop this bout. And that wouldn't be fair. It really wouldn't, because Patrice Brooks is holding his own to the point where he should not be stopped. I mean, this is a very competitive 3rd round, even though De La Hoya is probably landing the more solid punches. There you see De La Hoya sent back by a right hook by Brooks. Well, now a point from De La Hoya for holding by Marco Sarfaraz. That would mean 3 punches added to the total of Patrice Brooks. So round 3 has gotten wild here. Whether Patrice Brooks has done even close to enough to erase the margin that De La Hoya had earlier is certainly debatable, but he has held his own here in this 3rd round.
And you also see there's a lot of fight left in Patrice Brooks.
Oh, yeah. Good jab by De La Hoya in the right hand. Half a minute left to go in round 3, and this has really been fun. Good hook by Brooks. So the level of competition here in these finals continues to be excellent.
Solid shots by both men.
And as we wind down in the final seconds of round 3, a point is deducted or a warning is given. 3 punches will be added to De La Hoya's total, that time for holding to Patrice Brooks. Well, a wild and zany 3rd round. Probably what it's all going to add up to is a win for Oscar De La Hoya as they hold him aloft. A performance that really wasn't a bad one for Patrice Brooks. Especially in the 3rd round, he started to get some of his punches on track, but the 2 standing 8 counts did not help him any. And as you look at Oscar De La Hoya, he knows that he was in there against a very tough guy, a man he had to beat in the U.S. Amateurs to win the U.S. Amateur Championship. Let's take a look back at those standing 8 counts, Ray.
Well, both men start to exchange some good punches here, and this is questionable, debatable rather.
Well, because Brooks was landing a right hook as it happened. Now the 2nd standing 8 count.
But once again, De La Hoya comes across with the left hand. But again, Brooks is in there. He's fighting. He's really holding his own.
Well, the ironic part is when these standing 8s were called, it ended up being Brooks who was really landing the punches. And of course, Marco Sarfaraz, when he sees a solid blow land, thinking Brooks might be in some trouble, wants to make sure he's not hurt. But in that case, it was Patrice Brooks landing some good shots. Really an excellent performance, though, by De La Hoya.
I thought it was a great performance by both fighters, Al. De La Hoya was in there, and Brooks held his own.
All right, let's go up and get the decision and find out who won in the 132-pound division.
In the 132-pound division bout, the judges' decision, the winner on points, 44-15. In the red corner, Oscar De La Hoya. How about a nice hand with Patrice?
Well, Oscar De La Hoya wins 44-15, but you can kind of discount that. The fact is, he just was the better boxer in there. And he repeats his win over Patrice Brooks, the one he had in the U.S. Amateur Championships, and he wins the Olympic Festival gold.
And Charlene, a lot of pressure